daddies and mommies. GHRELIN Conde, you are watching Daddy Fit. No, just kidding. TitoFit. Alright, this is TitoFit. We talk about health, we talk about fitness, we talk about wellness. My name is GHRELIN Conde. I'm a 15-year veteran of the fitness industry. I've coached in 3 different countries and I hold multiple certifications, which are mostly based in the US. We are going to talk about the Dad-bod. So we've gotten a lot of questions on our social media channels. Please don't forget to follow our Instagram and our Facebook pages. We post on there when we're not posting here. Behind the camera, Tito Austin is there, Austin Cruz, and we make up TitoFit, 2 of us. He's a 15-year veteran of being skinny. Just kidding. We got a lot of questions about the Dad-bod, how to avoid the Dad-bod, how to get rid of the Dad-bod, and this coincides with a couple of questions we've also gotten. Man boobs. The thing is, sorry. The thing is, some of the guys with Dad-bods, well, a lot of them also have man boobs. So hit 2 boobs with 1 stone. 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright. So the Dad-bod and man boobs. Now, alright, let me break this down for you. What's the Dad-bod? So the Dad-bod is actually defined. This term came up in popularity around 2016. It means that there's a guy, usually of daddy age, about mid-30s or up, and usually he looks like he goes to the gym every now and then, but he also looks like he goes hard with the beers, pizza, burgers, lechon, and all the bad food. Okay, so that's what he looks like. Over here, for those of you who are familiar with the word, the colloquial word, we sometimes refer to it as being mata-buff. So mataba pero buff, diba? Okay, so that's usually what we refer to in some cases. If you are interested in that topic, please, now would be a good time to give this video a like, turn that like button blue, and subscribe. Okay, so the Dad-bod is caused by, normally when men become parents, that comes with the added stress of having to make more money in order to provide for your child's future, better future for your child, for your family basically. I know it also comes with a corresponding increase in responsibilities, usually at the workplace. It's around this time, around this age, that you get promoted, managers in the corporate setting, or as entrepreneurs, the business has a bigger reach. So, more responsibilities basically, and more responsibilities usually means more stress. And this is I'd say the main reason for getting a Dad-bod. Now, what happens when you are stressed? A hormone known as cortisol increases. Now, cortisol as a hormone is associated with a couple of things. One of them being fat storage. And the reason for that being, when cortisol goes up, insulin also goes up. When insulin is high, blood sugar is also affected, and this is a signal to the body to store fat. Now, if insulin is chronically elevated, some of the conditions associated with a Dad-bod are diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, and sometimes, in worst cases, stroke. It's not a badge of honor, unfortunately. The Dad-bod is something that should not be allowed. We should revolutionize the Dad-bod into the Tito-bod, the fit Tito-bod. So how do we do that? We do that by, number 1, minimizing stress. So how do you minimize stress? Of course, that comes with your mindset. Now, there are also certain things that you can do to manage stress and not minimize it. So, breathing, a lot of breath work might be good for you. Meditation, that might be good for you as well if you find that. If you're very religious, prayer can also help. So these are things that are neglected when it comes to our overall health and well-being, but they do have a positive effect on your health and well-being, and they are proven to lower levels of stress. Another thing is going to the spa. Now, given that we are in the midst of a pandemic, you may want to just get home service massage, or better yet, a massage gun. Turn down the lights, ask your wife or your significant other to put their essential oil diffuser up, and then get a massage gun going. And another thing that you may want to do is to find a routine that allows you to de-stress. This could be finding a hobby like cycling, motorcycling, riding. These are things that can help with managing stress. It gives you an outlet. And then, of course, let's not forget that regular workouts will definitely help you manage the dad bod. That should go without saying that a regular strength training routine should go. Now remember, most of the people who have dad bods are already working out. They're already lifting weights. That's why they're kind of matabuff to begin with, okay? So you may want to add some walking to that. Now we don't want to go too high intensity because as we've said in a little earlier, it's caused by stress. Now, super high intensity workouts are definitely also considered a stressor by your body. So you don't want to go too high intensity if you're already stressed out at work. Walks at the park are nice, get regular walks. If you live in a nice gated community, nice gated village, definitely do regular walks. If you live in the province, if you don't live in the city, the quality of your air quality is definitely better than our air quality here. So, take walks, be safe. That's what I recommend. So you may want to take walks. About 30 to 45 minutes of walking per day will definitely help you reduce some of that belly fat by increasing your N.E.A.T. We always talk about this, N.E.A.T, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Now, I wouldn't really consider that to be cardio since it doesn't get your heart rate to a high enough level, but it does help you burn some calories. So that's one of the other things. Another thing is, to just have a more positive outlook on life so that things don't affect you as much. As Captain Jack Sparrow said, the problem is not the problem, but your attitude towards the problem. So, wisdom. Alright? So that could help as well, definitely. The last thing that you want to get in check is to avoid foods that don't help your cause out. Now here's the thing. Earlier we said stress hormones increase cortisol. It also messes with your leptin and GHRELIN, which are your hunger and satiety hormones. What happens is you always get hungry to deal with this stress, and eventually you look for comfort foods and not the foods that are good for you. Let's say, for example, if you're stressed, you're definitely not gonna want a salad. You're probably gonna want something like spaghetti and fried chicken, something like that, something that's salty and fatty. For some reason, this makes you comfortable, it releases more dopamine, but it's not gonna help out your dad bod. So try to be more mindful about this and make better choices when it comes to food. Another reason that the dad bod happens is because when you have kids, your cooking sometimes changes. Especially during this pandemic, a lot of women have taken to baking a lot of snacks or treats or pastries. And what happens to the husband? Husband is the number one taga-tikim, number one taste tester. And it adds up. Sa ilang tikim mong yan, ilang calories din yun, di ba? Getting it right. Pwede naman, konti-konti lang, balance lang. Pero wag naman yung tipong uubusin mo ng lahat, di ba? And another thing kasi is pag tatay ka, sa pagkakaalam ko, nagiging taga-ubos ka rin ng tira ng anak mo. So, isa pa yun. Okay. I know na sometimes, you wanna teach your kids to learn how to just get what they can finish para hindi ka rin tumaba. Okay. So, minimize that. Minimize the stress eating and work out. Find an outlet. Find a hobby that relaxes you. Pray, meditate, get massages. Those are all gonna help with your dad bod and your man boobs. Now, last note, avoid too much alcohol. I noticed that culturally speaking, here in this country, for some reason, once they become dads, the alcohol consumption seems to rise up with that. I'm not sure why. Is it a cultural thing? Pero when you're young, you can't afford the good stuff. You can only afford beer. But as you get older, your liquor consumption becomes a little bit more sophisticated. Now switches to wines, more expensive wines and spirits like whiskeys. You start moving on to single malts. You start experimenting with a lot of this stuff and learn how to appreciate all of that. Now just do that in moderation. You don't want to be downing like 3 shots of whiskey per night. Because that will definitely put your hormone balance off. Here's the thing, with alcohol, too much alcohol can make your body produce more estrogen. Ooh, someone's mad. testosterone right there, roid rage. Increasing your estrogen, this will actually, this is one of the causes of man boobs. So too much alcohol consumption, too much fatty food consumption, becoming obese actually puts your hormones out of balance. So that's one of the reasons for man boobs. So when it comes to man boobs, we hit this last after the dad-bod. Definitely those are the things. Decrease your alcohol consumption, decrease your carbohydrate intake, increase your protein intake. Definitely you want to push more weight in the gym, so definitely you want to reduce body fat percentage, and that will increase your testosterone in comparison to your estrogen levels. So testosterone, for those who don't know, those are the hormones that make you more manly, give you more muscle. Estrogen, on the other hand, that's the hormone that makes that makes women women. So women's estrogen is higher than the men. So obviously, if your estrogen comes up, what happens is there are receptors in our chest or in your breast tissue, and what happens is estrogen goes up, they go there to your breast tissues, and you actually store fat there. So basically, at the end of the day, boobs are just fatty tissue. So if your fat likes to go to your chest because of your higher estrogen levels, increased estrogen levels, first thing you want to do is decrease your body fat. Decrease your body fat, bring down those estrogen levels. You may want to get checked by a doctor to see how your hormones are balanced. Lift a lot of weights, that increases testosterone. A little simplistic, but in a nutshell, that's it. You just want to decrease body fat percentage, and increase your muscle mass, and then get your hormone levels in check. Some supplements might help to balance your hormone levels. Ashwagandha, a lot of people anecdotally say that this helps with hormone balance, so you may want to look into that. Now, as far as commercial testosterone boosters are concerned, the research has shown that they don't work very well. Might not be the best idea to look for these commercially available testosterone boosters. Go see your doctor, see if you need hormone replacement therapy. A lot of men in more developed countries do this, but definitely it is under the supervision of a doctor. So you may want to look at that. That's it for today's video. I hope that that enlightened you a bit about the dad bod and about man boobs. So that's it, titos and titas.